You can tell there's plenty of chalk with the training that's happening. So I do training on my own. I've got guys coming over to train arm wrestling now, which is exciting.
Hello arm wrestling fans, let's talk about Devons' comments about his upcoming super matches and Brian Shaw's training for arm wrestling. In about 5 weeks and a bit, I will become the 105 kilo world champion when I pull Petrenko. This is the future. If my memory serves me correctly, I think Devon is the only double champion at East versus West. There can be some other athletes who will eventually become the double champs either on right or left arm. For example, Alijan Muratov has a great shot. In fact, I think he would have already been the double champion at East versus West had he been given the opportunity. But soon that opportunity will arrive for Alijan because he's about to pull Ivan Matyushenko for the second title on the left arm. But historically, there have been very few people who can win the heavyweight division and the super heavyweight division simultaneously. There have been many arm wrestlers who jumped the weight category and never returned to the below weight category, but doing that at the same time is very rare. And Devon is about to do that in the third weight category. I know he's not the super heavyweight champion right now, but the time frame isn't that far away. So basically he can claim, if he wins this super match, that he was the 105 kg champion, 115 kg champion and the super heavyweight champion at East versus West. All of that within the same year, 2024. But right now, unfortunately, he does not have any of those championship belts. And now, since we are talking about some dominant performance in 3 weight divisions, I think John may be the only person who was able to do that simultaneously back in his old days. No one else has been able to do that, not on the right arm at least. I will destroy the 105 kilo class. I am gonna beat everybody. Every single person in the 105 that's relevant, I will defeat. Sometimes I wonder if the words destroy and murder are banned from Devon Lad's vocabulary. How will he be able to trash talk against anyone? Anyways, on the more serious note, I think this time he's more serious. Usually he was just pushing the match, saying that Leonidas has a good left arm and he hasn't been training his left arm. He's lighter now, so maybe it can be close. But right now he said that it's not going to be close. He's going to play with Leonidas. Leonidas is a nobody in front of him. And then later on he's going to do the same to Oleg Petrenko as well.
Leonidas Arcona is nothing to me. It's nothing. Nothing. I will play with him.
Brian Shaw made it absolutely clear that he has been training for arm wrestling. People come and visit his gym and that's where he trains for arm wrestling. We can see the table all chalked up as well. Brian showed his whole gym. It was a complete walk around and there's a good separate portion dedicated to arm wrestling only equipment. So Brian mentioned that he got this digital machine which has 1 pound increments. It is going to be great for him to train for arm wrestling on different exercises. Then he showed a bunch of different handles which he's using as well because they were all chalked up. This Rogue pulley system is about 300 pounds and Brian said that he needed to get that because there are some exercises where 200 pounds is just not enough for him. He needs to go heavier. This shows the strength of this man even in the arm wrestling specific exercises. That may be a dangerous sign for his upcoming opponents. And we'll also discuss who could be Brian Shaw's next potential opponent towards the end of this video. Sometimes Brian utilizes this seated row machine for arm wrestling as well, but mostly it's for just back and lat exercises. Then this forearm trainer which we talked about in the previous video, he uses that for his wrist curls, reverse wrist curls and some Engin Terzi style pronation exercises. Then this machine for his cupping exercises. It's kind of strange that he already has separate machines for all of the different exercises. I hope he uses all of them. Then this run rocket machine, which I don't know how he's utilizing that for arm wrestling. So basically he's been going almost, I cannot say all out, but he's been working as hard as he can, keeping in mind all of his businesses and different stuff that he does throughout his day and throughout his week. So he's doing the best he can as of now for arm wrestling, and it is a really positive news for us arm wrestling fans. Speaking about who should be Brian's next opponent, I know I suggested Khalid Jeshel, but that was considering Brian already trains for about at least 6 months to 1 year, maybe 1 year, preferably 1 year. But right now, if I were to suggest an opponent for Brian Shaw, let's say at King of the Table 13, the King of the Table after this one, then the perfect opponent would be none other than the GOAT himself. No, not John Brzezinski. I'm talking about Ryan Bowen. Yes, some people may think it's crazy, but I think right now, considering Brian's strength level, it is a good match and it can be really close. Thanks for watching, like the video and subscribe.